Good morning, friends. We meet once again. Video number 2. Our lesson, The Tables Turned by William Wordsworth. We have come halfway through. I hope you have read the lesson as well as the answers to study from them. Two annotations are there from the concerned part. I hope you have gone through and studied them too. One is given in the textbook itself. Do you remember how to write an annotation? I know that you know it. Some of you might have forgotten. The structure, you know it. Introduction, context, explanation, relevance or critical analysis. Simply you can write with the 3 paragraphs also: introduction, explanation and conclusion. One is given their textbook, but I told you last year itself, don't follow it as it is. You write 4 annotations, try to make it quite different from each other, not the same stereotype answers. And you write packed sentences. Few sentences, more meaning. Not more sentences, little meaning. Not that. So, what did you write as introduction for this poem? What should be there in the introduction? Do you remember that? Name of the author, name of the lesson and the content. Can you make an introductory sentence? Can you make lesson name? Name of the lesson? The tables turned. So how will you say? In the poem, the tables turned. From where it is taken? Taken from or extracted from lyrical ballads published jointly by Wordsworth and Collins. There is an extra information, not necessary. William Wordsworth expresses his strong faith in nature. Can you repeat it, what I said, in your own sentences? In the poem, The Tables Turned, taken from lyrical ballads. William Wordsworth expresses his strong faith in nature. Recollect once again what all things are there. Name of the author, name of the poem and the content. In one sentence you can write that. Less words, more meaning. All 3 points came into one sentence itself. According to him, nature is the best teacher than books. Best teacher is enough. Nature is the best teacher according to William Wordsworth. The poem is addressed to his friend, you see, and he is asking his friend to leave all his books and come out with him to enjoy nature. Third sentence. The poem is addressed to his friend and he asks his friend to leave all his books and come out with him to enjoy nature. So 3 sentences. Introduction. See, very often you make the mistake that you write a full page, several things, but not systematic. You write exact answers, you get 4 out of 4. Best answers only are given 4 out of 4. You must try for that. Average answers, average marks 3. If you make some mistakes, 2.5 or even 2. If you get 2 marks for one answer, that will be 82. 16 only you get instead of 32. There you stand. Okay, so you try to make correct correct, exact, accurate, apt answer. Prepare it yourself. Now itself, I expect everyone to write one annotation and one short answer from every lesson in the notebook. I hope you have written at least some of you. Of course, all of you should. But I expect all of you to write at least one. You can write more. At least one from annotations and one from short answers. From every lesson. Today we will finish this lesson. So you should be ready to answer an annotation, remembering the name of the author, the name of the poem, and the content in introduction itself. So the first annotation, what is that? The first line itself is annotation. What is that? Up, my friend, and quit your books, or surely you will grow double. So you will grow double should be explained in paragraph number 2. First paragraph should be introduction. Naming the name of the author, the name of the poem, and the content of it. I repeat the introduction once again for you. What is that? In the poem, you can write simply these lines are taken, no problem. It is not wrong, but it is not a very good answer. Not a very good sentence. Okay, one answer you can write. Out of 4, one you can write such a way. The other 3 should be different than the ordinary. Because everyone writes that. Everyone. Because given in the textbook, as it is. So, little changes, more meaning, packed sentences, chiseled expressions. That will bring you 4 out of 4. That's our aim, our purpose. To get 95 plus. You have to do that. So, in the poem, inverted commas, the tables turned, taken from. It's a very important point. What's that? From where? Lyrical ballads. Single inverted commas it should be. William Wordsworth expresses his strong faith in nature. According to him, nature is the best teacher. The poem is addressed to his friend, and he asks his friend to leave his books and come out with him to enjoy nature. So you study all the annotations by today. Tomorrow will be finished today, and the first lesson will be covered. And you must be able to write annotations, short answers, etc. and etc. Okay now? So I hope everyone will do that. Everyone. Some of you or at least have done it in the notebook, not simply reading, in the notebook. I hope you have a notebook with you. If not, you have to buy it. If possible, a ruled book. That's better. Because your booklet for exam is, a ruled one. And your handwriting will improve if possible. If it is not with you, don't worry, you write. Okay, unruled also no problem. But if possible, write in ruled book. You know how to write 3/4 of a page. Introduction 3 sentences, expression 5 sentences, conclusion 2 sentences. Don't write too much. This is not good. Not too much, not too little. Exact answer. 3/4 of a page in one full page. Leaves little space up, little space down, and write correct way. Okay, you will get 4 out of 4. Now, do you remember what we saw in the last video? Our Wordsworth, nature poet, asking the students to come out, leaving their books. He doesn't mean stop studying, etc. He has a message to tell that nature has more things to teach us. Best teacher. Okay, now we are going to see that. Up to where we have seen, take the textbook once again. Lesson number 1. The tables turned. Take it please. I hope all of you have taken. Up to where we have come to, let us see that. Let us see that. Last line we saw yesterday or last video, first video. Yes. Okay. Come here the woodland linnet. Yes, we are discussing about the bird linnet and the sweet music of linnet. I told you that there are many birds like skylark, nightingale, always calling his lover or lady love, as they are separated, calling their heart out. and then during the entire night, and they are reunited when the first rays of the sun comes on them. How beautiful music it is. See, how sweet is music. All my life I say there is more wisdom in it. I say, all my life I say, I pledge, I promise that there is more wisdom in it than all your books can give you. That's what he is trying to tell. Nature can teach you more. It can give you more wisdom than you can get from all your books, than can be learned from all your teachers. Nature will teach you. Come out. He is asking everyone to come out to listen to the nature. Next, and see. And hark means listen. Listen. Listen to the music of nature. Listen to the sound of nature. How blithe the throstle sings, another bird. How blithe, buxom, blithe and debonair. All pleasant feelings. Cheerful, happy, pleasant, blithe, buxom. All those things, cheerful feelings. How cheerful the throstle sings. He too is no mean preacher. He is not a mean preacher. Generally, preachers are those who say so many things, moral lessons, that they themselves won't follow. They would advise everyone, but they won't follow that. Impractical things, impossible things, they are going on telling. That's why the poet calls them mean preacher, not good one, bad one. Okay, now, mean, not good. Yes, preachers are like that. They say so many things, they preach. They don't teach, they preach. And they themselves won't follow that. Many of them. That is why poet calls them mean. So our bird throstle is not a mean preacher. Yes, the throstle or any bird has wonderful lessons for you to teach. So she is preaching something which you have to listen. She is no mean preacher like other preachers. Come. Hark means listen to the music of the bird, the music of nature. Come. Yes, nature has so many things, so much wisdom to teach. And hark, how blithe the throstle sings. He too is no mean preacher. Come forth, to the light of things. Yes. Light of things means understand the reality and listen to nature. See, listen to the nature, the music of nature. Come on, understand the reality and listen to nature. Yes, and you can even hear the words of nature and follow it. Obey the words of nature. See, the difference is that nature gives you some emotions that comes from the heart. Your heart will listen to nature. Your heart always goes for emotions. But intellect will say things in an objective manner, systematic, scientific. That is the difference. See, science and art, that is the difference. Okay, na? Your intellect will say, science would say things which are practical, possible, systematic, scientific. But your heart will say your sentiments and emotions. Here the poet says that you have to listen to nature, which means if the nature says something which is not practical, you have to listen to nature. Listen to the world of emotions, sentiments and feelings. The voice of the heart, you have to listen. That is what the nature says. You have to listen to that. Come, listen to the music of nature. Come forth in the light of things, understand the reality and realize the things and listen to nature. Let nature be your teacher. The most important line of the poem, not an annotation, but there is a content of our poem. Let nature be your teacher. Let the nature be your teacher. Yes, nature will teach you a lot of things. Listen to you have to listen to that. Let nature be your teacher. She has a world of ready wealth. The nature has a world of ready wealth, our minds and heart to bless. Wealth to bless our mind and heart. Yes, wealth not in the sense of gold, silver or money. No, no, no. So many other things. So valuable things. Invaluable. Value cannot be measured. It is so wealthy. It is having so much wealth in it, not physical wealth. We are going to see what it is. You see, she has a world of ready wealth to bless our minds and hearts. You see, minds and hearts. Only nature can bless us with cheerfulness, happiness. Yes, that kind of wealth nature has got. It is wealthy enough, full of wealth to bless. So nature can bless us with happiness, our minds and hearts to bless. Nature can bless our mind and heart, which nobody can. Nothing in the world can do that. Only nature can bless you in such a way to make your mind cheerful. See, people are running for money, wealth, and all those things. They struggle their life. At the end, when they look back in the evening of their life, they find that they were running after shadows or unreal things. Those things would never give them real happiness. They repent, but it will be too late for them. That's why Wordsworth says, come on, have a nice, cheerful, happy life. Your sorrows will be wiped away by nature. You listen to the music of nature, the beauty of nature, all those things will comfort you, console you. Yes, you will be comforted, you will be consoled. You can find solace in nature, comfort in nature. Come on. Address to his friend, but he is telling to everyone, to every student, to everyone he says, leave your books and all and come and learn lessons from nature. Let nature be your teacher. Yes, she has a world of ready wealth. Annotation number 2, second annotation. She has a world of ready wealth, our minds and heart to bless. Yes, that wealth can bless our mind and heart. Spontaneous wisdom. It has got wisdom that comes spontaneously, naturally, automatically, not artificial, not mechanical. Yes, spontaneous. I told this word in the introduction itself. What's that? Spontaneous overflow of powerful emotions recollected in tranquility is poetry according to Wordsworth. Spontaneous overflow of powerful emotions recollected in tranquility. So, natural. Yes, spontaneous wisdom breathed by health. Yes, that will make you healthy. Wisdom, see, breathed by health. You will be filled with health as well breathing. So, spontaneous wisdom will make you healthy as well as truth breathed by cheerfulness. Yes, breathed by cheerfulness. So, you will be made cheerful. So, this wisdom will give you cheerfulness. It is wealthy enough to bless you and make you happy and cheerful. Yes, it is rich enough, wealthy enough to make you happy and cheerful. So come, listen to the music of nature and listen to the lessons of nature and get the wisdom of nature. That is what Wordsworth is asking to his friend, through him to everyone. Addressed to his friend, so to his friend he says, but it is meant for everyone, not for a single individual. Spontaneous wisdom breathed by health and truth breathed by cheerfulness. Yes. See, actually this wisdom comes from what? Being happy and cheerful. Okay, now? So it makes you happy, it makes you cheerful. One impulse from the vernal wood may teach you more of man, of moral evil and of good. One impulse from the vernal wood, that means season of spring season, the most beautiful time of the year. Fragrance everywhere, music of birds and the music of nature. Is it not so? Yes, the sound of nature, the sound of the stream, the brook, several things are there. It will fill your mind with happiness and you will be made cheerful. Even Gautam Buddha got his enlightenment sitting under a tree. Really? Had he been sitting in a comfortable AC room in some big building, he would never get it. Only nature can bless you with that. Your mind is enlightened. Your sorrows are removed. Your mind is made happy. Your mind is free. You can think freely. Think about nature. Think about truth. The ultimate truth you can realize. In nature. Only in nature you can do that. Yes, that is what it is told here. What is it? One impulse. See, one feeling. One moment enough. You will be enlightened by nature. From, what's it? Vernal wood. Wood actually means forest. Here it means nature. Here it means spring season. Yes, one sudden feeling is enough. The season of spring may teach you. It can teach you more of man, of moral evil and of good. All the lessons can be taught with one impulse. Evil as well as good. Than all the sages can. Sage generally means man of great knowledge. One who can see in the future. That's what sage is. In general sense, it means one who knows everything, one who has a deeper knowledge of things. So, this nature can teach you more than all the sages can teach you. No sage can teach these lessons as nature can. So one impulse from the spring season can teach you more than all the sages can teach you. So come and listen to the music of nature and see the beauty of nature and get lessons and wisdom from nature. Once again, same stanza. One impulse from the vernal wood may teach you more of man, of moral evil and of good than all the sages can teach you. Sweet is the lore that nature brings. Lore, stories that gives you good insight, etc. So, sweet is the lore, the stories, the lessons that nature brings. Sweet lessons, sweet stories nature brings to you. Our meddling intellect misshapes the beauteous forms of things. Our intellect, say difference between emotion and intellect, heart and brain. Meddling means interfering unnecessarily. Unnecessary interference. See, we interfere everywhere now, human beings. What we do? We misshape things. Now, misshapes the beauteous forms of things. All the things of beauty misshaped. Look at nature. How beautiful it is. Or it was once upon a time. Man came and cutting down the trees, removing the plants, and he is constructing huge concrete buildings, and in it he is sitting like a caged bird with no free air also. I mean, natural air he does not get, natural water he does not get. So he is living just like a machine, shut up in a small room in front of a computer also. Is it not so? He misshapes all the beauteous things of the world. He does not think emotionally, sentimentally. He is not sensitive. He is only intellectual. He thinks from the using the brain, not from the heart. Using the heart, he never. He thinks of earning wealth for his children and their children too. Amassing wealth, getting power, and all those things. For that, what will bring you more money, he will go for that. Not about nature, not about his emotions and feelings. Nothing of the sort. He misshapes all the beauteous things of the world. What does he do here in essence? We murder to dissect. We think scientifically to study. So even in a intermediate practical classes you study in biology, etc. We kill some frogs, etc. And you take your dissection table and dissect some box will be there. You cut and separate and you study that to get the structure. So we murder to dissect. That means our meddling intellect will interfere all those things, unnecessary things, and he misshapes everything, the entire world. We murder to dissect, to learn something scientifically, to do things scientifically. We do all kinds of murderous things, including killing of, creatures or living organisms. Living or not living, he doesn't care. He misshapes things. The sense is that he doesn't listen to the voice of his heart. He thinks only using his brain, and he thinks scientifically. He never listens to the voice of emotions, and voice of sentiments. So, human beings generally misshapes all the beauteous things of the world. We even murder to dissect. So, the poet rejects all those things which you think right scientifically, not sentimentally, not from the heart. Brain and heart are different now. Yes, intellect and emotion. So, once again, see the lines. Yes, sweet is the lore that nature brings. Our meddling intellect misshapes. Our intellect will misshape what? The beauteous forms of things. We murder to dissect. Next annotation. Enough for science and of art. Enough is enough. The poet says emphatically, no, no, no. Enough is enough. He rejects all the achievements of science and of art also. He wants things of the heart, emotions, sentiments, and even sensitivity. Okay, enough for science and of art. Close up those barren leaves. The poet considers them as barren leaves. Look at the leaves. First green, slowly it becomes yellow, then red, then it falls down. Dried leaves, barren. Barren means not fertile, useless. That's what, waste. Okay, barren land is there now in the same way. Barren leaves. The pace of your books are exactly like barren leaves. Of no use. According to the poet, he says that leave those barren leaves, just like barren leaves. Leave the books away, the pages away. Close up those barren leaves. Close those books which contains those barren leaves. Come forth and bring with you a heart. See, you must bring a heart that watches and receives. Only thing required. You must have a heart which can watch around you and receives. Be able to receive lessons from nature, wisdom from nature. Close the books and come out with a heart that can watch and receive. If you have a heart which can watch around you the nature and listen around you the nature, come out with a heart that watches and receives. The poet is asking everyone to leave all scientific achievements and come out with a heart which is able to watch and receive. Receive lessons from nature, wisdom from nature. Nature can give you all the wisdom that you are in need of. Don't bother about other things from the books. So leave your books and come with a heart which can watch and receive. Yes, that is the lesson. The tables turned. The table is turned. See, turn the table. I explained in the beginning itself. The order is reversed. That's the opposite. What students should do actually? They should sit at home or sit in the classroom and study their lessons. But the poet says that leave them out and come and listen to the music of nature, beauty of nature, and learn lessons from nature and get wisdom from nature. Though it is little exaggeration that you should leave your books and all, but there is a lesson that you have to learn. Nature is the best teacher. It's true. Nature is the best teacher. So we are missshaping our surroundings. We don't think about our mother earth or nature, cutting trees and building concrete buildings, etc. There is a lesson to learn from this poem, The Tables Turned. So study it once again, study all the annotations, short questions also, Okay, read about the poet, about the author, and also about the poem, and study the word meanings given at the end. And the first lesson stands finished. I hope you come studied in the next class. I expect everyone to write at least one annotation and one short question in the notebook. We meet in the next video. Thank you.